Hello, good people. This is a PSA from TSA. You are listening to the Underground Railroad Show at Spreaker.com. I am the great TSA with my assistant, That Ninja. I'm sorry for the lack of attendance. I was busy spiking faces and beating dad at dominoes. TSA out.
Oh, man, I love the game of golf. It was a beautiful day out here today, wasn't it, baby girl? You didn't think it was a nice day today?
Well, I am sweating all over, so no, I didn't really think it was.
Well, I mean, you got to drive the car. You got to drive the car, and it did have a hood on it, so it kept the sun off of you.
Yeah, but it had no air conditioning.
Well, okay, fair enough. So, we're going to get something to eat, right?
Of course.
Cool.
And you're obviously paying, right?
Always. Man, golf is a fun sport. Hey, I drove the ball pretty well today, don't you think?
Pretty well to the far right, yeah.
But, okay, even though I went right, my iron game was really good, and I was able to fight my way out of that.
Yeah, but you hit it into the sand, and you did that quite often, might I add.
Even when I went in the sand, my chip was really tight, so I was able to get out of there and get close to the flag.
After 3 times.
You have to admit, though, my putting game was really good, and it saved me a lot of the times from all of the bad hits I had out in the fairway.
And it only took you 11 holes. Listen, until you get a good golfing game, I'm going to keep giving you shit.
I'm improving. I mean, since I've gotten started, haven't I got a lot better?
Yes, you've gotten better since your injury.
We don't have to talk about my shoulder, but I mean, that's another reason why it's coming along slowly, but, you know, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Sure.
Hey, baby girl, I'm about to go hop in the shower. When I get out, we head out to the volleyball tournament, okay?
Okay. Oh, can I use my the computer?
Oh, yeah, of course, baby. Of course. Hey, baby girl.
Yeah.
Repetition breeds familiarity.
Familiarity breeds comfort. Comfort breeds complacency or success. We're going for the latter rather than the former.
All right, good deal. Handle business.
Okay.
Hey, remember you're a beast out there. Act like it.
I will.
All right.
Let me see what he got in these emails. Spam. Overdue bills. Not surprised. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Young nigga got it bad 'cause he's broke. What is this? Sarah? Linda? Becky? Amber? Amy? Molly? Ginger? Heather? Karen? Oh, hell no. We are not having this. No, I don't want no Pancake Tuesdays. Oh, God, delete. No, I do not want your lemon bars, Karen. Ooh, my dad's gonna get...
Do you have strong opinions and you're looking for a way to express them? Are you tired of carbon copy sports radio that infests the airwaves? Do you have creative concepts and ideas that you want to share with the world? Then this is not the commercial for you. This commercial is all about
Kinko's University.
That's right. Kinko's University gets you prepared for the podcasting world when you don't have the chops for it. If you're one of the many people looking to get into podcasting, but you just don't have the skill, Kinko's University is the university for you.
I want to do a podcast, but where do I start? And what do I talk about? Kinko's University.
Don't worry, here at Kinko's University, the first thing we teach you about is OPP. That's right, other people's perspective. So you can always have something to talk about, getting it from another source.
Podcasting looks fun, but do I really have to do all that research and show prep? Kinko's University.
Absolutely not. Here at Kinko's, we have classes like No Preparation 101, where we teach you to get around all of that pesky show prep because we know you don't have the time.
I wonder what the best time slot is to get the most listeners.
Kinko's University.
Don't worry, here at Kinko's, we have a class called Recycling Ideas 101, where you can find a time slot that works and just jump in that slot to try to make it happen for yourself.
Kinko's University.
I want to come up with new content and subject matter, but I'm not that creative.
Kinko's University.
You'll also take Regurgitation 101, which will help you come up with other people's subject matter that you can recycle and make your own. That's right, here at Kinko's, we teach you how to get around hard work, getting new wrinkles in your brain, and having to work hard at your craft. Come to Kinko's, where you can take these top courses with top teachers. Most people that go to Kinko's graduate with Kinko's degrees, that's right, as master copiers. Kinko's University, for the skilled impaired.
Kinko's University is not a real university and is not accredited. You don't actually learn any skills. You just learn how to mimic people who have actual skill.
Underground Railroad Show with that ninja. All aboard, have your tickets ready because the train has arrived. Delayed or on time, it's time to get on board.
Look out, fam. This is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, That Ninja. Hope you are enjoying the ride thus far. Thank you for coming aboard. I'll start off as I have been these past few weeks and months. Very inconsistent. Truly apologize. I'm sure that's falling on deaf ears, but nonetheless, I apologize.
Motherfucker.
Nonetheless, I apologize. So I apologize for not being here Monday. I didn't give you a warning about yesterday. Planned on doing a show. It did not work out. So I'm going to give you one today. All right. Today's show is simply going to be, well, not simply, but it's going to be a tribute to the late, great Ruff, to the late, great Kevin Sanford. So I'm going to give you a little tribute. Just spit what's on my brain right quick. I'm just going to give you that little something at the end. I'll ask in the beginning. Before I do that, let me go to the chat. I'll ask this. I don't do shit like this a lot, but everybody give me one thing about Ruff. Memory, your impression when you met him, whatever it may be. You know, if you're willing, give me that. I'll read that at one point. Quick mic check. Just let me know I'm good sound-wise, and I'll keep it pushing. Abbreviated show, I have a hard out. 5:30 Central is my latest, and I'm out of here after that. So I'm going to do this tribute. I meant to do it Monday, and I fear that if I go later in the week, I might not pull it off. I got the information about the services. I think I'm going to make that trip, but I'll know for sure by tomorrow. That's all I needed. Thank you, JBJ. That's all I needed. All right. Let me say this first and foremost. I didn't grow up with Ruff. I didn't. I don't know his favorite food. I don't know his favorite color. I didn't play college basketball like he did, like him and ABM did. I don't know his nickname growing up. I don't know his family. I never played golf with him, although I did play. We never got a chance to play, and he was much better at that game than me. What I'm saying essentially is my condolences are to all the people that can say yes to any of those things I said, his relatives, his family, his spouse, his wife, who has been keeping us abreast of the situation and letting us know when the services are going to be. Thank you very much for that. My condolences, my sympathies, my empathy is with all of you. And I hope you can find peace in a very tough time. So I want to do that disclaimer. So this is me speaking about the man as I know him. First impression. First impression was podcasting because I heard him in the chat room. Funny. Had a lot of jokes, informative, you know what I'm saying? That was my first impression. Okay, this cat's funny. This cat's got personality. He can also take a joke. Very much recognize that early on. So chat personality, oh, this cat's funny. Got a lot of personality. Okay, Ruff buff. Then I thought, wait a minute, you're a Buffalo Bills fan? I don't know about this cat right here. I don't know about this shit.
Motherfucker.
Might be the only negative thing I had to say initially when I first met him. This man a fan of the Bills. I don't know about this. But outside of that, solid cat from the chat room. And, you know, because of these events that we do, is actually able to meet most of the people in the chat room, or a lot, we've actually met, you know, in Atlanta, the TDSS, you know, kicking it in Atlanta and whatnot, going to tailgates, things of this nature. And, you know, as I'm doing it, let's just go ahead and do this. You know, kicking the things of this nature, met at events, you know, just had fun. So in meeting him, he was the same person he was in the chat. Genuine, speaking, the same with everybody. Never any bullshit from Ruff Buff. For all the goofy things that a lot of grown people would do, all the goofy shit, who has something bad to say about Ruff Buff? Who? Nobody. Nobody had anything bad to say about him. Cool with everybody, speaking to everybody. The same way he was in the chat. Funny, had jokes, you know, much like a lot of the cats in Atlanta, Ruff was one of the cats that always went out of his way to show up if I came in town. Other people, when you came in town, come to Atlanta, they knew about it. They let you know, okay, you need to go here, you need to go there. Hey, y'all want to get up, use on a Saturday or whatever. We get together, have something to eat or whatever. You know, almost every time I came, he always came with the crew, and we'd always go somewhere, a sports bar, wherever it may be. Always showed up. So he was the same person in the chat room he was in real life, and that's rare. That's rare. To be a cat, to be the same person all the time, you don't get that with most people. And that was 100% my impression of Ruff Buff, and as the years went on, he proved himself to be that cat. I never remember hearing him complaining about anything. And I don't know about the situation, I won't speak on that, but I don't remember hearing, and again, let me give this disclaimer, and I hope this doesn't come off as disrespect. I don't mean it to be that. And because, you know, you might need this, but you know how, because I'm this way a little bit, you know how you might have something on your brain and maybe you need to talk about it, but, you know, it might be with, you know, a particular person. Like, I know I can call this cat. But you know how some people feel the need to let everybody know? And again, I'm not talking about anything, but you know, a lot of people are, you know, hey, this is going on, especially in social media, because really, and they might need that to feel better. And some people just want attention in that moment. Homie was always stand up. And I think that, and again, just theorizing. Number one, it was his own business, whatever the case may be, going with his health. And two, when you're aware, you know that if people care about you, it's almost a burden to give them information that might make them sad. So a solid cat really is not going to do that. Or people that are built a certain way. Because at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's about the immediate family and whoever needs to know. And to a degree, you don't want to sadden cats. But it takes a man to possibly know, you know, I'm going through whatever. And there's no woe is me. He was in the show. I think somebody commented that the last show I did, he was in the show cracking jokes. So my impression of Ruff Buff was that he was a rare cat that was the same person in the chat, in person, on the phone. However you dealt with him, he was the same. He was the same. ABM I was talking to the light-skinned one. ABM reminded me that he had cracked that joke about me. He told ABM that, man, Ninja came to Atlanta and pulled rib bones out his pocket.
Motherfucker.
I had rib bones. I didn't take them out of my pocket. That's not true. I honestly don't remember if Ruff had any of them or not. I do not recall. I don't recall. But first impression was chat. Like, okay, this cat's funny. This cat's cool. You know, learn more about him. He played ball, you know, whatnot, golfer. Meet him in person, same cat, and he always went out his way to show up for anybody that came in town. So that's what I remember about Ruff. Nobody had anything bad to say about him. Nothing at all. The title of today's show is Appreciate You, Sir. I appreciate you because, and it's like that for most of y'all cats to still listen to me. But per example, or I'll use Ruff as an example in this case. I'm not the easiest cat. I'm not the easy pill to swallow. You see how small the chat room's gotten, people that have been here, people that left over the years. So if a cat's dealing with me, you know, that means they're willing to have a conversation. They can take a joke. They're not easily offended. They carry themselves in a certain way. And, you know, and everybody that continues to listen to the show at this point has that quality. That's what Ruff was. That's what I appreciate. When I'm saying I appreciate you, sir, I appreciate meeting a cat like that because it's just better. You're better for knowing people like that. You know what I'm saying? That's positive energy. That's always good. I appreciate you taking the time to show up when a motherfucker come in town. People don't got to do that, man. You might just want to chill. You might have something else to do. And listen, to get out on purpose in Atlanta traffic, I'm purposely going to go get in some of the worst traffic in the country. That stand up. And one thing I appreciate about all of y'all, and I appreciate it about him, mostly everybody in here is, you know, doing okay in life. You found a way to make it in a crazy-ass country dealing with crazy-ass people. You found a way to make it. And not only did you find a way to make it, you were able to keep your mind. You were able to keep your mind. And I respect that highly about all of you. And I appreciate you, sir, for being one of those cats. An example of how to be. The same way on the phone, on air, on the internet, on a social media platform, in person, same cat. And that's with limited time around him. And again, as my disclaimer in the beginning, I'm not claiming to be this man's best friend. I only knew him through the show, podcasting. He called every now and again. We just chop it up about a little. Might be something happening in the news. Might have been, you know, just whatever. He called every now and again. I'm not that cat to really pick up and call. It's just I'm weird like that. I got to do better. But Ruff will call every now and again. Called him a couple of times, but most of the time he called me and just, you know, hey, Ninja, did you see this, and that? Hey, man, hey, you need to talk about this today, man. Hey, this happened, this and that. I'm like, oh, for sure. Put that shit on the show notes. You know what I'm saying? He just hits you up every now and again. Same cat all the time, man. So I appreciate you, sir, for being solid, for being the same person all the damn time, because that's not everybody. I promise you that's not everybody. Everybody's not the same all the time. Everybody doesn't conduct themselves as man. Everybody doesn't go out of their way to get in Atlanta traffic to come and see you when they really don't got to do that shit, and you would hold no ill will. Hey, man, where you at? What you doing? Hey, man, where you at? Shit, I'm on my way. I remember one time we had, it might have been, this I think was TDSS 4 maybe. I think this picture's from TDSS 4. It might have been TDSS 4. It might have been this time, I think. But at one point, or it might have been just a random trip to the A, actually. I can't remember what it was about. But at any reason, I was in Atlanta for whatever reason. And we were getting together to eat at some restaurant. And I can't remember. I think I had a full day volleyball. I think it was probably one of my volleyball trips. So I'm in Atlanta for volleyball. And, you know, it's very regimented. I'm busy. So by the time I got done, he's like, man, you done with the volleyball for the day? Hey, man, we're going out to eat at such and such. I'm like, Because at the restaurant, I didn't like the restaurant. You know, and just to be honest, I didn't even know if I felt like just chopping it up with everybody at the time. I just leave it at that. And he called me 2 or 3 times like, man, come on up here. Go up. Hey, and then you coming, right? Called me about 2 or 3 times. Like, God damn it. I was like, all right, man, I'll be up there. And again, that would have been one less time I saw everybody. You don't know. And I really went backwards to a degree. Let me just go back. And I should have wrote this down. Friday night. Out kicking it. And this is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, that Ninja. Today is just a tribute to the late, great Ruff Buff. Just going to say my 2 cents, read the chat. Got a little something to play at the end. And meant to start here. Friday. I believe that's when we got the news. Friday, I was out having a good evening. Had a pleasant time. Enjoyed the city. Got to the crib super late. You know, it's past midnight. It's 1, 2. I don't know. It's late. I was busy at the time. I'm not a phone guy like that. So I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm out kicking it. I look at my phone and I see Raider for Life says, R.I.P. I'm paraphrasing. R.I.P. to Kevin Sanford, Ruff Buff. And I said, as soon as I saw it, I jumped off Facebook, said, bullshit. Went to YouTube, started watching videos. Went straight to the now. ABM shot me. I put I put W2TH. That's what I put. I looked at that and I left. Went to YouTube. Went back, looked again. I put WTH. Left. Went back to YouTube. Going back to the now. ABM shot me a text. I don't know what he called me. Oil spot. Check the text thread. Some shit like that. Something like that. You know ABM. Looked in the text thread and I saw the confirmation. Sucked to hear. Put one together, went to the garage. Definitely hit me. But found out Friday that way, and I was just in shock. So, I mean, you know, all the disclaimers, you never know, live your life, all that good shit, but just spend those memories about Ruff. Before I get to the chat, one last thing. TDSS3. Probably one of the most successful get-togethers that we've had. TDSS3. Once again, this is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, That Ninja. A tribute to the late, great Ruff Buff. And, where am I at? We'll go back and forth. Let me look. I think chat room. Let me make sure. Nothing. Yeah. Okay, that's right. There we go. I'm just making sure no audio issues. So this last thing, TDSS3. That's the one that I grilled at. That's when I ended up grilling at. It ended up being just really a good time. That was really just a good time. I don't mind grilling, and plus I wanted to show off a little bit anyway. But I would have never done that. The call I got was from Ruff. I was chilling. I was coming to the event anyway. I was going to come to the event. Got there late Friday, but got there nonetheless. So I was coming to the event anyway, and he hit me and asked me would I be willing to grill. And initially, I think the meat was supposed to be cleaned and everything, but I won't get into that outside of saying it wasn't. But I was like, okay, man, that's cool. That's cool. They bought me like a little bottle of Patron and shit, which, you know, was a nice gesture because honestly, I just would have did the shit, to be honest. They bought me like a fifth of Patron or some shit like that. So I appreciate it. Put it in the bag, pulled up a shot, you know, enjoyed the rest of the day. But that whole experience, that get together at the great Andre Elam's house, who was gracious enough to let us use his property, his estate, his crib. It was a good time. Even Togo fucking flew in from wherever the hell he was at. He just flew in to come and kick it for a little bit and left and went and got right back on the plane. Don't flex on him like that, sir. It was just a good time. But I wouldn't have grilled at that if he wouldn't have called and asked. So he called and asked. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that shit, man. I'll do that shit. And it was a good time. It was a good time. So, I mean, that's a lot of things. I remember that. I remember, did we do something that Friday? I want to say that. No, not that Friday. Definitely saw everybody that Saturday. But he called and asked me about the grilling and everything. Just had a good time, man. It was fun. It was fun. One of the more successful ones that we had, participation-wise. So many people came from out of town. The great Sidney Jackson came from out of town. Got turned around the wrong way, and him and his spouse had a look in their face like they got turned around the wrong way. You know how it is when you're on the road and you get frustrated. Nothing like I've done that before. I digress. But, you know, just memories, man. It was a good time. But those are the things I remember. Solid cat. The same all the time. Always came to see a motherfucker when they came in town. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. The same person all the time. Pop told me that a man is remembered more for his impressions or his impression than his accomplishments. You can do a lot of things, you know, establish a lot of things, you know, have accomplishment degrees. I made this much money. I had this job. But the impression you leave on people is what matters. And in that regard, you a top tier, sir. Hell of a man, and you damn sure left a great impression. For the limited time I got to know you. R.I.P. to the great Ruff Buff. This is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, That Ninja. Thank you for coming aboard and rolling with me. I have a couple other things, and I'm gonna say about Ruff, memory wise. I'm gonna get to this chat room, read anything y'all have to say. I got a well, no need to tease it. I have a phone call from Ruff Buff. So I thought that just thanks to technology and me being a pack rat in real life and on the internet, I tried to keep as many things as I could keep. And what I didn't keep, I transferred or attempted to transfer. Some things are missing, but I have most things. And most phone calls I tried to keep. I tried. But I have his. I have one of the few calls he made to the show. He called into the show a couple of times, but I do have a phone call, and I think that phone call encapsulates. That phone call does a good job of giving you a nice short sample of who he was. Like the way you hear him on that phone call, that's who he was every time I saw him. So I'm going to play that after I read the chat. We got my man JBJ on the train, traditionally and always coming in saying good evening.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Thank you for coming aboard, sir. JBJ's been here from the get-go. He was here for my very first show. The man that got me into podcasting, let me guest host on his show. He just sat back and produced and let me go. And I was hooked after one episode. Did it several more times, several additional times, until I started my own platform. So I credit this man for getting me in the podcast, and we got none other than Jungle Brother for Zulu Cast on the train. What's going on, sir? Thank you for coming aboard. Jungle, JBJ saying RIP to the great Ruff Buff. Got my man Sluggo on the train. Thank you for coming aboard. Echoing RIP Ruff Buff. I got you, Sluggo. I got you. All right, so we good on that. Okay, good on the audio. Got my man Truck D on the train. Thanks for coming aboard, Truck D. Appreciate it, sir. Jungle Brother said Ruff Buff was a solid dude. Every call I got from him was positive. Gonna miss him. 100%. And again, a positive cat. A positive cat in the world of attention seekers. In a world of attention seekers, insincerity, hey, look at me, which y'all know how I feel about the hey, look at me shit. Man, he was not that. I really respect that. I heavily respect that. But a bomb drop for that statement, sir. Bomb drop for that statement. Jungle Brother laughing at oil spot. Don't laugh at that shit. I don't think that's what he called me that day, but he's used it before. It is pretty funny. Truck D saying we bowled that Saturday. See, that's right. See, I missed the bowl. I was really wore out from grilling, and okay, I went hard Friday night. We were in that alleged cigar bar. Cigar bar. Wait a minute. Cigar bar. Let me. This has to be done. I'm sorry. We were in something that was referred to as a cigar bar. I hate I'm pausing on this. This is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, That Ninja. Thank you for coming aboard and rolling with me. Truly appreciate it. This is a tribute to the great Ruff Buff. Just me putting it into the atmosphere. Just me saying it out loud instead of thinking it. That is terrible. That is terrible. I know I'm pausing, but this has to be done. This has to be done. Okay, now I just gotta let it go. Incredible to be that hard to find that. But they did bowl that Saturday. I didn't make it. I was wore out. Friday night, I did the most at that so-called cigar bar, multiple drinks, stayed up late, got up at a semi-decent time, got to Andre Elam's house, had to clean all the meat and season it. The great T-Wall did help me with that. So shout out to T-Wall. She did help me with that. I think I'm sure she cleaned it in our season. But at any rate, she helped me. She helped me so I could get the prep done and I could go start the grill or whatever. And that foreign grill was rough at first, but it was what it was. We got the great RC on the train. What's going on, RC? But Truck said they bowled that Saturday. You can shoot a memory of that in here if you want. I didn't make it to the bowling alley. I was wore out. I Friday night, Saturday, got up early, had to do all that grilling, showered up, kicked it the rest of the time. By the time they were getting ready to go to bowling alley, plus I didn't even know about it. Apparently you had to have a ticket. I wasn't even informed about that, so I wouldn't even have been able to bowl, and I would have been pissed. So I didn't make it there. Plus I was tired. I'm pretty sure I went back to the room, went to sleep, woke up like midnight, and was up all night. Then went to the tailgate. I'm pretty sure that's how the night went. So I don't know anything about the bowling experience outside of video and a couple of stories, but damn shame. But I was not at the bowling alley, so I did miss out on that. So anything about that would be news or good info for me. RC speaking, RC saying RIP Ruff Buff. RC said, was Ruff there when Jersey poured sauce on your rear? I wasn't going to mention that. Chief Rocker came in and the bones that were left. Chief Rocker came in with grocery bags like Kroger or something and had 2 bottles of sauce, nigga. He opened that sauce up, asked anybody that they wanted, and he poured sauce all on them bitches and finished them up. But I believe Ruff was there. As a matter of fact, he was. That's why he told the story about the ribs out of my pocket. Ruff was there and witnessed the sauce being poured on the ribs, sir. He witnessed the sauce being poured on the ribs, 100%. Here's the Underground Railroad Show, hosted by your boy, that Ninja. Just doing a tribute to the great Ruff Buff. Again, abbreviated show. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this call. I'm going to chill out, think about my friend, and relax like I do, man. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll go as far as to call him a friend, even though with the limited contact. And again, things I'm forgetting to do before we move on. R.I.P. to the great Ruff Buff.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Look, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you being a solid cat. Appreciate the times you came over. Appreciate you calling for grilling that TDSS3. Appreciate you being a solid cat in a world of moist-ass ninjas. Appreciate you, sir.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Look, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P.
Hopefully I remember this order. Hopefully I get this right. Once again, this is the Underground Railroad Show, hosted by your boy, that Ninja. Let me throw that Abby back up. And I'm going to play this call from the great Ruff Buff. And this call pretty much shapes up his personality. It's very short. It's very brief. But this lets you know everything you need to know about the great Ruff Buff.
No doubt. This is the Underground Railroad Show with that Ninja on Spreaker.com. Caller, what's your name, where you calling from, and what you want to talk about?
Yo, this is Ruff Buff, man. What's going on?
Ruff Buff, what's up, sir, man? Appreciate you calling, man. What's going on with you, man? Again, Ruff, before you continue, man, Ruff Buff was at TDSS3 2 as well. Had a great time, man. Again, one of the people that was nice enough to come out and kick it with me on my birthday, which happens to coincide with my daughter's regional volleyball tournament. But what's going on, Ruff Buff, man? Speak your mind, man. The floor is yours.
Man, first of all, I'll tell you thank you for coming and cooking. I know you cook for a lot of people, and you ain't using no sauce, and you got rave reviews, so I want to salute you on that one.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
I want to thank everybody who came from out of town for Ferrari there and had a good time, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. I know I wasn't around for everything. I was like in and out because, you know, as you know, that was the Buffalo Bill takeover Atlanta weekend. And we got the win, and we pretty much took over everywhere we went.
Oh, no doubt.
Definitely. I want to shout out Big Hill. I'm in his pocket for a bottle of 1738. Sluggo. I got 25 from him. I think there's a few other Stewies in there that had to rock some Bills gear for a couple days.
Nice.
And, you know, it was just a great weekend, man. Like I said, I got to see a lot of friends from home. Got to kick it with the Stewies. And, you know, it was just a good event. And hopefully next year it'll be bigger and better.
Yeah, man, I believe you're right. It's gotten bigger every year, man. Again, man, shout out to the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, for doing that podcast, which enabled us to get in there, discover there was a chat room, talk to each other, get familiar, and from there, man, have these events where we get together every year, man, and just, like Grego and Chief Rocker said, man, we talk to each other in the chat room. When we get together, it's like we know each other, man. You know, shit's kind of crazy. I mean, like you even said, I know a lot of our wives or girlfriends or significant others, for those who that might apply to, were looking at us like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You don't know these people.
Exactly.
You know, how many of those did you get? You don't know these people. What the fuck are you doing?
But not only that, though, this shout out to other Stewies who ain't make it, but like Grego went to Houston, got up with DJ P-Funk. You came to Atlanta when it was non-TDSS, and everybody got up with you, so it's like a family, man. Anytime somebody goes to somebody else's city, everybody seems to step up and show some type of hospitality. I mean, you know, you can't get that from your regular family, let alone, you know, people you just really don't know, and they come out and show love to you like that.
You know what, Ruff Buff? I'm dropping a bomb for you right now, because that was one hell of a statement, and you're making a hell of a point, sir. As a matter of fact, bomb drop.
Definitely appreciate that.
Oh, no doubt, sir. No doubt. Hey, man,
they kind of hung with her. Yeah. Also, I don't want to forget, salute to Chief Andre Elam and his wife.
No doubt.
TC and his wife.
No doubt.
Anybody who stepped up and took part, to all the Stewies who didn't make it, who sent in money to help to finance the picnic. Man, it was a great event. To the bowling people, all that stuff, man. It was great. But I'm about to go get this food, man. I just want to holler at you and tell you I appreciate you for coming and cooking. I know I reached out to you, and you was like, okay, I'll do it. And you ain't, there was no hesitation. And you showed up and showed out, man. So salute to you too, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Appreciate that, sir. Thanks for calling in, man. Hell, thanks for coming to holler at me when I come in town, man. Be easy, man. Go pick up that food, take care of the fam, and we'll holler at you next time. Thanks for calling, sir.
Right.
No doubt.
Peace out.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ruff Buff.
One more time for the great Ruff Buff. But that person, see, you could just feel the positive energy off the phone call. That's how that cat was every time I saw him and every time I talked to him. The great Ruff Buff.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Look, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P.
This C is the Underground Railroad Show special edition tribute to the great Ruff Buff. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. My condolences to your family, your children, your loved ones, people that grew up with you, that knew you from a long time ago and recently. Those people that were very close with you. My empathy, sympathy is with y'all. And I hope that the best that you can remember the good times. Just try your best to focus on the good times. And sometimes that may make you sad too, but that's okay. In the chat, RC said Ruff was a basketball historian as well. Facts. Anytime basketball came up, he started spitting out facts, historical facts. And him and ABM just a little bit older, so they got a better memory of some of these cats that I didn't necessarily get to see. Like, I think their memory of Dr. J is a lot stronger than mine. By the time I saw Dr. J, he was truly on the tail end. He was still bad, but he was truly on the tail end. But yeah, RC, he did witness the sauce. He was a basketball historian. Jungle said, that's a classic Ruff Buff call. Positive, uplifting, and informative without trying to be. All about showing love. Jungle, I couldn't have said that shit any fucking better, nigga. Let me read that again. From Jungle Brother. I couldn't have said this any better, dog. That's a classic Ruff Buff call. Positive, uplifting, and informative without trying to be. All about showing love. 1,000%. Let's get to the bomb drop again. 1,000%. That's the best way to sum it up. I believe you summed it up right there. RC Echo and great call. You summed it up right there. I won't attempt to do any more with that. I want attempt to do any more with that.
Amen, preacher!
One more time for the great Ruff Buff. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to have an abbreviated outro. I guess to sum it up, man. Oh, yeah, another thing about that call, if you notice, I forgot that weekend. Oh, I know I got one more thing to do. One more thing to do before I get out. But if you notice in that phone call, and I forgot about that till I listened to it again, that was the, we always do the tailgate. Buffalo came to town. I forgot about that. That was a Buffalo game. Buffalo won. So, of course, he was talking shit. He won money and bottles off of multiple people that he called out on the phone call. And as he said, he had a lot of family and friends in from Buffalo, so he was out mobbing in the streets. They were going places and taking over venues, so he was out mobbing. So he showed up to some things, but he was out mobbing as well. I think he showed up to the bowling alley. He might have made it to the barbecue at one point. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Friday night, where are we at? I just talked about it. Where are we at? The cigar bar. I think he was at the cigar bar. I'm pretty sure. So maybe it was the barbecue. He either made it too late or didn't make it to. And maybe the tailgate and the tailgate was all after the fact, but they were out. I think it was a barbecue. Everything else he might have made it to. I think he swung by the tailgate before he won the game. Of course, he won the game. Shout out to the Stools tailgate. That shit always fire. As a matter of fact, he was at the tail. That's a different game because I got some pictures of Ruff at the tailgate. So that was probably a different one. But I know he went to that Buffalo game. But yeah, that was actually a Buffalo game, so that was a good weekend for him. They won, nice little get together and all that. So yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. All right, one last thing. I'm done with the Ninjaversary. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Juice isn't worth the squeeze. So, but I'm going to give a belated biggest fan of the year, the Ruff Buff. I don't think there was a bigger fan of any team. That Joker rep Buffalo regardless. And every year, regardless of the reaction he was going to get, and especially how I felt about it, every year he called Josh Allen the face, meaning the face of the NFL.
Confused, bewildered, lethargic.
Every damn year, every show. When he brought him up, he never called him Josh Allen. He called him the face. Every time.
You must be on something.
A fan of a team, and again, I'm a football guy. If you sensationalize it, and I understand speaking about, what was it, 3? Going to 3 Super Bowls in a row, by the way, and losing all 3. One a blowout, and I believe the other 2 by missed field goals from the same cat. Frank, I can't remember his exact name. It wasn't Frank Reich. Frank Reich was a tight end, now a coach. Excuse me, Norman or whatever his name was. But they lost 2 by field goals, 1 in an ass whooping. He didn't jump ship. Still a fan after that. Nothing but lean years after that. Nothing but lean years. And he remained a fan and hyped that team every year, hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. He even called, matter of fact, one last memory, he called and told me, hey, man, it's some bullshit, but they're going to give Josh Allen the MVP. And I started laughing. I was like, I think you're right. I said, because they're prepping. They just kept talking about, they just kept prepping you for it so it wouldn't be such a shock. So they kept prepping you for it. They kept prepping you for it so it wouldn't be a shock. That was funny. But he even called and said, it's some bullshit, but they're going to give Josh Allen the MVP. I said, you're probably right. Because I've noticed several people saying it, and they're trying to put out there, but Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry. But before the season, Derrick Henry was old, and he wasn't going to do shit. But now he's the reason Lamar can't have the MVP. Okay, mainstream.
You must be on something.
He saw that coming too. But a belated Biggest Fan of the Year award to the great Ruff Buff. You win it in 2025. Nobody else is going to win shit. I'm not doing that damn Ninjaversary. So the 2025 only winner of a Ninjaversary award, posthumously, the great Ruff Buff, Biggest Fan of the Year. I don't know how you stay with Buffalo like that, man. I don't know how you did that shit. And calling Josh out in the face repeatedly, that's a big time fan right there. With no shame. No shame.
Motherfucker.
Fucking with you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. RIP to the great Ruff Buff. Biggest fan of the year in 2025. Biggest fan of the year, hands down. And he was honest about his team because he knew that dude getting that MVP was bullshit. He knew him getting the MVP was bullshit. Oh, a couple of more chats. All right, let me read these. Sluggo saying that was the Buffalo, that was the Buffalo weekend. Yes, it was. Sluggo said, Nick, didn't you miss the bowling event? Yeah, I didn't make it, man. I was wore out. Now, I'll be honest, mentally, if I knew about it, especially if I had bought, I think you said it was tickets or whatever. If I had a ticket to bowl and I understood the gravity of what that event actually was, which I really didn't, I would have fought through that and went. But, you know, all things considered, maybe you know there's another factor in it, but all things considered, I went knocked out. And I was probably pretty tired because it didn't take long for me to pass fuck out. But if I would have had a ticket to bowl and if I would have understood the gravity of the situation, like after I talked to Sluggo, I truly understood what that event was. And I was like, damn, I should have made it to that. Well, I first had that thought when I saw the post on Facebook. I was like, look at that shit. They kicking it like a motherfucker. I maybe should have went to that one. But and again, that was back when I still couldn't bowl worth a damn. So I definitely would have embarrassed myself. I'm decent now. I can go bowling with anybody now. I'm decent now. I can at least compete. I mean, if you're big time, I'm not gonna do nothing with you, but I can at least compete. I understand the dynamics of bowling now. I didn't for the longest. Me and TSA bowl all the time, and we both have basically gotten better through repetition. We didn't bother looking up shit. We just want to do it old school, figure the shit out. And I love the way she's just like me. I love the fact that she don't let me help her. Like if she's having, like if it's not going right, she just sits down and thinks about it and figures it out. And that is me to the fucking T. I'm sitting there like, I'm just sitting there smiling like this nigga just like me. She gonna sit there and figure it out, sit there and think about it. I started to say something. She put her hand out like, I said, respect. Went right up there and bowled a strike. She kept messing up her first roll, but she came back on the second roll 3 times in a row and got to spare. Plus, she a lefty with it. But at any rate, no, I didn't make it to the bowling event. But hindsight being 2020, I definitely would have went. And if I would have been armed with the information, I would have gotten a ticket, I think is what it was. Sluggo said that was probably the New Orleans tailgate. It was. Thank you, Sluggo, because thank you. I don't know why I can't find this video, man. The New Orleans tailgate, New Orleans beat Atlanta twice. I'll never forget that. They beat them twice. They beat them once and they took the touchdown away and they came back and beat them again. So they beat them twice. So twice the New Orleans fans celebrated and invaded the tent. I still remember that because there were several females that looked very, very Louisiana that jumped in there. And I had a video with all of them jumping in and it was the funniest shit. I was dying laughing because they bum rushed the whole tent. It was jumping all in my camera and shit. I was dying laughing. And I can't find that video. I'm so damn mad. That was a New Orleans tailgate, 100% Sluggo. You're exactly right. That was a New Orleans tailgate. Because I remember that Atlanta lost twice. That's why I'll never forget the New Orleans tailgate. I'll never forget it. They lost twice. I'll never forget that shit. I believe we got Too Cute on the train. What's going on, Too Cute? Thank you for coming aboard. Thank you for coming aboard. Sluggo said he even called him the face on your last show in classic fashion. 100%. 100%. 100%.
You hear you? I hear you.
Called him the face. Called him the face. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Russ Buff. Never a hey, look at me, cat. I've always hated that. Never hey, look at me, cat. Jungle Brother said Ruff Buff was a character. He'll crack on your team and having you laughing with him. Yeah, exactly. Ruff Buff was a character. He'll crack on your team and have you laughing with him. Yeah, exactly. I know he used to crush that little Raider fandom was rough, boy. But them Ohio State jokes, when those times we lost, oh boy, y'all had jokes. And he was right there with y'all. RC said Scott Norwood. Thank you. The kicker for the Bills. It was one blowout, if memory serves me correct, one blowout that Buffalo suffered, and the other two were close losses with Scott Norwood missing field goals. One of those to the Giants. I remember that. I think Dallas beat the hell out of them one year. And maybe the other one was Dallas again in a close game. I know one was Dallas, one was Buffalo. Almost certain of that. Don't remember the other one. I watched all of those. That's childhood. Remember all of that shit. Thurman Thomas. Sluggo said, maybe that was the last text when he called him the face, but it was still in classic fashion. Yes, sir. JBJ said, Ninja on that little ass J early. I am. I have a hard out because I have things to do. So I got a hard out in 30 minutes anyway. So I'll give you a little bit of rant and then I got to make a move and whatnot, but I'm sorry for pausing. I don't have this chat room down yet. I'm sorry, the soundboard down yet. And if I'm not mistaken, that's not right. Once again, this is the Underground Railroad Show hosted by your boy, That Ninja.
You must be on something.
JBJ said, Ninja on that little ass J early.
You must be on something.
Sluggo said, Nick, what was the location of the picture you use? Was that at the park? That was at the park. I don't remember what park it was. My main memory of that, I won't say that. I won't say that one. Let that go. I remember Grego showing up with a couple of females. Those that were there, if you know, you know. I remember doing left-handed cigars, off in the distance, walk about 10, 20 feet away from the crowd under the tent. Didn't want to be disrespectful, but I remember doing multiple left-handed cigars, and nobody to really keep up. I think there might have been one cat that could keep up, but anyway, I remember that. I remember the grass wasn't cut. I remember that. I remember, I do remember that. I do remember one person getting their fill of libations and there being consequences as a result. I do remember that. That was at that park where the grass was high. I can't remember the name of it. And I do remember, I'm just keeping it real, charcoal fluid flavored barbecue. I do remember that. I think it might have been some type of rib thing or rib tips or something like that. But they had the essence and the slight hint of fluid. Classic mistake if you don't know how to grill, if you're in a hurry, if you don't care, you gotta let the fluid burn off. But actually, even using fluid already kind of puts you in a certain category. But at any rate, that's the grill snob in me. Pay me no mind. That's just the grill snob. It's not a hater. I'm just a grill snob, just like comedy. RC said, so Sluggo still has them 8 bomb drop award, them 8 drum bop of the year awards. Yeah, Sluggo has that, and Sluggo is the only person to win an award every year of the Ninjaversary's existence. That is true, sir. That is true. He's the only person to pull that off. Sluggo said, yes, sir, tickets were purchased. Sluggo laughing at RC. Sluggo said, the only bowler on the TDSS team was Truck D. Maybe there was one other person who had a decent bowling game. I need the sides raised when I bowl. That's terrible. Sluggo said, the only bowler on the TDSS team was Truck D. Maybe there was one other person who had a decent bowling game. I need the side racks up when I bowl. I used to be that way, man. I'm decent now. I can compete now. I'm decent. I'm decent. And I haven't at this point. I'm gonna call like ranting now. Across the street, I remember I told you my pop's friends across the street. Tuck and I know all three of their names, but two of them are escaping me right now. But one of them bowl, and I'm gonna call him. I got his number. I'm gonna call him because I haven't really bowled. Me and T bowling is competitive. It's competitive, but I haven't really bowled, with somebody I actually really want to beat, for real, for real. And I do want to beat my child, but there's empathy and love there. There's empathy and love there. I'm not gonna have empathy for anybody else, so that's probably gonna put me somewhere else in the competitive level. I'm not gonna have my destroy this person competitive level going with my child. So I'd like to explore how good I am, bowling with somebody else that maybe has to push me or whatever. But back then I would have been garbage. Now I would love to bowl in a group like that. I'd love to do that now because I can actually bowl. So I love to bowl in a group. But yeah, I would have been right there with you, man, throwing gutter balls and laughing about it, getting frustrated. Jungle said, speaking of RC, he's the only one that won the award. It should be renamed to the Sluggo Award. Jungle has always said that. Sluggo laughing. RC said, Jungle, true, but they're well deserved. And that's the best way to put that. Definitely well deserved. Definitely well deserved. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Had a hard out in 30. I know there was something I wanted to mention, man, but for whatever reason, it escapes me right now. I think if I do it, I really go on a ridiculous rant. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get on out of here. And Sluggo, I know I got hella cow awards. I know y'all haven't heard a sports take in 2 weeks, but football's just not on my brain right now. And plus, I got something to do. So that's not happening. I don't have enough time to break down any football at all. I will say this. As a fan of The Ohio State University, as a fan of The Ohio State University, y'all see it. As a fan, I can say our schedule is weak. And I've witnessed 2 games with blatant Auburn, like those 2 games that Auburn got fucked in a row. I watched 2 teams. I watched Washington, and I can't remember who the other team was. They really didn't even have a real chance to beat us, but they were still screwing them. Like Washington from their first possession. We're automatically in the playoffs. They obviously love Ohio State. They really, really love Julian Sand. And I don't understand why. You can like him, but as far as skill, it's just like how they were on talking about Drew Aller. Very average. What? It's not good. There's nothing special. He's very average amongst a whole lot of talent. Very average amongst a whole lot of talent. And the things the commentators are saying, there's no way this is sincere. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible. There has to be an orchestrated, collaborated, spoken about effort to promote certain people. Either that or those people are so delusional. Let me do what the Stews do. These people are so delusional that they lack the ability to judge a situation in a just manner due to their own biases. Either that or they don't know the game. Pick one. But I don't think they're sincere and or good commentators because I'm not sure what they're looking at. I don't know what they're looking at. JBJ said, Sluggo said, no worries, sir. JBJ said, Ninja. I meant to say, oh, that's what you meant to say. I got you, sir. I got you. You know what? Both of those are true. Both of those are true, actually, sir.
You must be on something.
You know what, sir? You're probably right.
You must be on something.
But nothing that's, I don't know, artificial. cause you to rob your family? Okay, put it like this for me. Relaxing is part of my routine. Again, before and after I work out, sometimes before when I don't feel like it, definitely afterwards, just to mellow out, relax my muscles, kind of a little reward thing I do with myself, little mind games or whatever. So that's just part of it. And plus, I don't know if anybody else is like this. When y'all work out, does that kind of kill your appetite to a degree? You got to really chug some water or something to kind of get your appetite back going? Does it kind of kill it a little bit and you take a second to get it back? Or is that just me? So I can't really eat before a workout. I'm going to feel full. Even if it's something light, I can't do it. It's got to be like fruit and maybe some mixed nuts or something. But if I actually eat real food, I need a little time for that to get off of me. Well, I'm going to feel full the whole time, even if it's something really small. And so afterwards, you really are kind of supposed to eat. And I never really want to eat immediately. So it kind of helps in that regard too, because otherwise I might work out and I'll go a couple hours before I focus on food or something. And I still haven't eaten. And again, that's ABM and this diet shit, you know what I'm saying? This my appetite's all fucked up. But I've learned the difference between wanting food and needing food. There's a big ass difference. There's a big difference. I've learned the difference between the two. So I'm doing a little better in that regard. But JBJ, with that being said, yeah, you're right. You're right. In both cases, you are correct. In both cases, you are correct, sir.
Hey, slow down. Watch your speed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I take a look at it, yeah, time to wrap it up. I'm going to give you an abbreviated abbreviated outro because I need to roll. JBJ, I'll simply say this.
You're right. It's fact. You're right. It's fact.
Very much so. Very much so. I'm going to start participating and talking back to these people and telling them what I would like them to do. I definitely have some suggestions for this soundboard. I'm going to play that call by Ruff one more time on the way out, man, and then I'm going to dip. Appreciate y'all, man. One more time. I'm going to take a shot for the great Ruff. And I wasn't doing my traditional outro, but I will say this, R.I.P. DT. R.I.P. to the great Ruff. Appreciate you, sir. Carried yourself like a man. You were the same all the time. Rare quality in any time period, in any decade, in any generation. Rare fucking quality. Appreciate you, sir. Gonna hear that call one more time on the way out, man. Y'all take care as always. Well, I'll come back after this. One more time for the great Ruff.
No doubt. This is the Underground Railroad Show with that nigga on Spreaker.com. Caller, what's your name, where you calling from, and what you want to talk about?
Yo, this is Ruff, man. What's going on?
Ruff, what's up, sir, man? Appreciate you calling, man. What's going on with you, man? Again, Ruff, before you continue, man, Ruff was at TDSS 3 2 as well. Had a great time, man. Again, one of the people that was nice enough to come out and kick it with me on my birthday, which happens to coincide with my daughter's regional volleyball tournament. But what's going on, Ruff, man? Speak your mind, man. The floor is yours.
Man, first of all, I'll tell you thank you for coming and cooking. I know you cook for a lot of people, and you ain't using no sauce, and you got rave reviews, so I want to salute you on that one.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
I want to thank everybody who came from out of town for in there and had a good time, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. I know I wasn't around for everything. I was like in and out because, you know, as you know, that was the Buffalo Bills takeover Atlanta weekend. We got the win, and we pretty much took over everywhere we went.
Oh, no doubt.
Definitely. I want to shout out Big Hill. I'm in his pocket for a bottle of 1738. Sluggo. I got 25 from him. I think there's a few other Stewies in there that had to rock some Bills gear for a couple days.
Nice.
And, you know, it was just a great weekend, man. Like I said, I got to see a lot of friends from home. Got to kick it with the Stewies. And, you know, it was just a good event. And hopefully next year it'll be bigger and better.
Yeah, man, I believe you're right. It's gotten bigger every year, man. Again, man, shout out to the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, for doing that podcast, which enabled us to get in there, discover there was a chat room, talk to each other, get familiar, and from there, man, have these events where we get together every year, man, and just, like Grego and Chief Rocker said, man, we talk to each other in the chat room. When we get together, it's like we know each other, man. You know, shit's kind of crazy. I mean, like you even said, I know a lot of our wives or girlfriends or significant others, for those who that might apply to, were looking at us like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You don't know these people.
Exactly.
You know, how many of those did you get? You don't know these people. What the fuck are you doing?
But not only that, though, this shout out to other Stewies who ain't make it, but like Grego went to Houston, got up with DJ P-Funk. You came to Atlanta when it was non-TDSS, and everybody got up with you, so it's like a family, man. Anytime somebody goes to somebody else's city, everybody seems to step up and show some type of hospitality. I mean, you know, you can't get that from your regular family, let alone, you know, people you just really don't know, and they come out and show love to you like that.
You know what, Ruff Buff? I'm dropping a bomb for you right now, because that was one hell of a statement, and you're making a hell of a point, sir. As a matter of fact, bomb drop.
Definitely appreciate that.
Oh, no doubt, sir. No doubt. Hey, man,
they kind of hung with her. Also, I don't want to forget, salute to Chief Andre Elam and his wife.
No doubt.
Keithy and his wife.
No doubt.
Anybody who stepped up and took part, to all the Stewies who didn't make it, who sent in money to help to finance the picnic. Man, it was a great event. To the bowling people, all that stuff, man. It was great. But I'm about to go get this food, man. I just want to holler at you and tell you I appreciate you for coming and cooking. I know I reached out to you, and you was like, okay, I'll do it. And you ain't, there was no hesitation. And you showed up and showed out, man. So salute to you too, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Appreciate that, sir. Thanks for calling in, man. Hell, thanks for coming to holler at me when I come in town, man. Be easy, man. Go pick up that food, take care of the fam, and we'll holler at you next time. Thanks for calling, sir.
Right.
No doubt.
Peace out.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ruff Buff.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Look, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P.
The great Ruff Buff. Last couple of chats. Jungle Brother said, great tribute show, Diplomat. Thanks, sir. Jungle said, Ruff doing roll call on his victims. LOL. Yeah. And okay, let me say this too before I read the rest of the chat. Couple of things. I forgot my birthday would land on the regional volleyball tournament. I think at least 2 years in a row, if not 3, it landed right on my birthday weekend. So I was in Atlanta for my birthday at least 3 years in a row because of the regional volleyball tournament played at the thing. So I completely forgot about that because he said, it was your. He said, when it's non-TDSS, but I said thank you for showing up for my birthday. That's what it was. It was my birthday. I completely forgot about that shit. It was my birthday. I got a picture. It was Ruff Buff, me, Grego's friends, and I think a couple other people, but Ruff Buff, myself, maybe Sluggo, Grego's friends, and maybe a couple of others. We were at a restaurant somewhere. It might have been Stats or some shit, but we were somewhere. Yeah, it was my birthday. That's what it was. So he showed up. I mean, Atlanta traffic. I'd be like, man, happy birthday. Goddamn. My man. Hey, I'm a little tired up today. I be watching football or some shit. You want me to get out in this shit? Now, Huntsville ain't that bad, but Atlanta traffic, gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. That's what it was. So I remembered at the beginning when I heard that. That's why I'm going to listen to it a couple times. So it was my birthday. That reminds me, regional tournaments. It was my birthday weekend, 2 or 3 of those years, and usually cats came and hollered at me. One time, me and T just went to Six Flags. Grego came over, and me and Grego sat out there and chopped it up and smoked cigars, and we drunk a 5th of Tron. I had a 5th, and I brought out a couple of glasses, and we sat out in front of that hotel pouring up, talking and smoking cigars for a couple of hours or so, and we crushed that whole damn bottle when I look back on it. We finished that whole fucking bottle. I'm just saying, I've had some times, you know what I'm saying? I've had some times. So that I remember from the phone call. It was the birthday weekend. And the other thing, I remember this is chopped up. And I 100% remember where the full phone call is. I'm going to get the full phone call. I'm going to go get the full phone call. I know exactly what show it is. I 1,000% know what show it is. It's not going to be hard to find it all. I remember. It was the one after show I did. The most successful after show I had. I did a little TDSS review. I know which one that is. It's not going to be hard to find. And in that review show, I got everybody's call that called the show. Most phone calls I've ever had on the show. So I got his full phone call. That's another thing I remember. From listening to that, I remember I got the full phone call. Because all of my Spreaker episodes, for anybody that cares, they're still available. Everything I did for those 9 years on Spreaker, it's still there. It's still there. I don't have you can go to my thing and all the shows are still there. I just don't, even though I got the basic subscription, they didn't erase my shit. I thought they were gonna erase it. They didn't. So any of those old shows, you know what I'm saying, they're on that motherfucker if anybody wanted to get at them. And I'll do better about reposting these shows as well. But that's what I remembered looking at that, listening to that. I have the entire phone call. I'm gonna go grab that. RC said, let's not forget Ruff's let's not forget Ruff's rap playlist in the hip hop battle, where he smoked Saint, won every round. I'm gonna keep this picture up. RC, you're 100% right. Saint, in my opinion, was picking very strange songs. I don't know. He was trying to be too different. That was a classic case of overthinking it, if I remember correctly. I think you're right. I think I gave Ruff every round. It was really bad. I don't think it was the one. It wasn't the one where he requested, and another one. Oh, and another one. Girl, you look fine. Like a wine-faced Rolex, you just shine. I like that waistline. It wasn't that one, was it? I remember saying did that one. Yeah, I think it was him. If it wasn't, I apologize, sir. But I do remember that. That was one of the bloodiest massacres in rap battle history. That was a bloody massacre. Like, I think nobody who was objective gave Saint more than 2 rounds. Nobody. But I do remember that. Clean sweep. Yeah, that was one of the more embarrassing battles where I'm just like, why are these people overthinking it? And not only was Ruff not overthinking it, he was playing fire. He was just playing fire, and so many people just had, I don't know if they got together and if they get on the internet and look for what was a hit. I don't know what it is, but some of those choices were so weird. I'll never forget when I was listening to that battle and I heard that. I know how that song starts. And when that shit started, I said, that can't be that song. And another one. Oh. I said, no, this can't be that. And then it started. I said, isn't this a battle? It was so weird. I hope that wasn't the same one, but I'll never forget that shit. Yeah, that was a stomp out. That was a big time stomp out, sir. Sluggo saying fact sizzle. Jungle Brother said RC. Oh no, he was saying okay. He was talking to RC, said, sure did, RC. After the greatest hype Saint up, talking about the West got something to say. Jungle Brother saying he sure did, RC. After the greatest hype Saint up, talking about the West got something to say. Yeah, I do remember that. Man. I said, wow, this is like classic overthinking. It is just when they give the rationale, and I'm like, why are you thinking about this in such a weird way? Just just do the thing. It was weird. It was weird. Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all. Hey, look, thanks for showing up, listening to me and my rant about the great Ruff Buff. Hey, appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you, Ruff Buff. Appreciate knowing you. Appreciate the man you were. And I won't say yeah, they on the services right now because I'm double checking something. But I got a good mind just to drive in, catch that, and I guess since I'm there, go to the tailgate the next day. Because I know this happens to be that get-together weekend as well. So I'm debating. But I'll figure that out. And I'll make phone calls and talk to people about that. So, hey, look, man, appreciate y'all. Abbreviated outro. I've already done my RIP to DT. Appreciate you, Ruff Buff. Appreciate y'all for listening. As always, take care and be easy.